Thanks for logging on for another edition of Inside the Zone. He's Tom Davis with the News Sentinel. I'm Glenn Marini. And hard to believe, but after this Friday night, we're going to be more than halfway done with the regular season when it comes to prep football. And when you take a look at what we learned in week 4, boy, Homestead is looking like a juggernaut. They were the favorite to win the NHC again, and they certainly didn't dissuade anybody on Friday night against Columbia City.
No, they sent a message last week against East Noble, and then they did it again this week with Columbia City. And I had predicted, I was right for one time in my life. I was right that Homestead would dominate Columbia City, and they did just that. One thing that they've been doing, they've been playing great defense, and obviously the offense has been there since the first day of training camp, but they've been playing great defense. The starting defense has only given up 10 points in the last 3 weeks because Columbia City scored via special teams and then against the reserves. So their defense is now phenomenal, but they also ran the ball this week. Grayson Baston was very effective, averaged over 7 yards of carry. So now they're really clicking on all cylinders. They're passing the ball well, they're catching it, they're running the ball well, and they're defending. Homestead is just unbelievable right now. I don't know if they can be stopped.
I don't want to overlook some of the teams that are having good seasons in the NHC because Carroll's now 3-1.
Right.
New Haven in the same spot, and East Noble also 3-1, although Homestead has a win over the Knights. But do you see this as Homestead's going to be able to run the table in the regular season?
Yeah, I do. I really think that Homestead will go undefeated in the league play, but Carroll's going to give them a challenge. Carroll is a much more physically and mentally tough team than they have been in years past. Doug Dinan's brought that Snyder mentality, that physical grittiness, that toughness to the Charger program. It's not just a bunch of soft suburban kids anymore. They're talented and they're tough, and they showed that against New Haven. Their defense, the Charger defense, was really, really effective against New Haven. They did allow 153 yards by Tavon Hurst, but that's actually pretty good comparing to what he normally gets. And they made defensive stands late, which sealed the win. So Carroll's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for Homestead, but still, I don't think that their defense is good enough to slow that Homestead offense down.
Yeah, Hurst had over 100 of those yards in the first half, so Carroll certainly buckled down. We'll talk about the Chargers in a minute, but I do want to get back to Homestead for one last point. The bugaboo for the Spartans has not been the regular season, obviously. It has been the playoffs. Is this a team that can basically beat Snyder and advance past sectional play?
Well, that's a heck of a prediction to make, to say Homestead can beat Snyder, because history shows that they can't. But I think this is a team that will do it because of what I've talked about. They're so much more balanced, both offensively, defensively, running and passing, and even their special teams are good. So yes, I think this is the year that Homestead does get past Snyder. Saw Snyder last week. They really took it on the chin against Penn. A lot of teams will take it on the chin against Penn. Penn's a very good team, and Snyder is preparing themselves for tournament play by toughening up their schedule. But I think this is the year that Homestead is just too prolific in all areas of their game to get stopped.